Alright, man, I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share this video. Make sure you check the description down below where I have my link for my Instagram and my TikTok, where I post a clip of each and every single episode. Before I get started, make sure you tune into last episode, episode 107, where I talked about the second album that Future and Metro dropped. I gave my opinions on it. I think before it dropped, yeah, make sure you tune into that. But let's get straight into this episode. So today we're gonna keep it a bit different. We're not gonna talk about music anymore. Before I get started about what I'm gonna talk about today, the rap beef hasn't really gone nowhere. It hasn't really. I don't know if I talked about it, but Drake dropped like a diss, which wasn't really a diss. Well, he dropped the diss. He didn't drop it, but it's out there. I'll retouch on that topic whenever there's a response or whenever it continues, because it seems like it's just like in the air right now. But besides that, as you could tell by the title, I'm gonna be talking about basketball. I haven't talked about basketball in a minute, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna talk about the upcoming playoffs. I'm gonna give my predictions for the playoffs. I'm gonna do the first round predictions, even though they're not fully set. But I'm gonna predict tomorrow's outcome for the playing games that are left, and then I'm gonna give my first round predictions, why I think who's gonna win. Yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, so NBA playoffs is back. I like this time of year. I feel like if you like basketball, there's no way you don't like the playoffs. Sadly, my team is not in the playoffs. I want to start off with that. We lost to the Kings in a playing game. For those who don't know, I'm a Warriors fan. But I'm not gonna lie. Like this is probably the year where I wasn't really tuned in the most. I did watch games, but I didn't. I also didn't watch a lot of games, because like it just felt like we wasn't really gonna go nowhere. Of course, as any other fan of any team, you still gonna defend your team whenever it comes, you know, to other teams or any other fan, especially if it's a West fan, like a team of the West. So of course, I did defend us in some end. I mean, we have Stephen Curry. I feel like if you have a player like that caliber, you have the right to defend yourself. But we lost in a playing game, 10th seed. If you want to talk about all the times that Draymond was suspended or for how long he was, we definitely could have been a higher seed. But that's just like a lot of if, buts, and hypotheticals. So Warriors is out. We're not seeing them this playoffs, which kind of sucks. But we still got a lot of good other teams, a lot of good matchups. I'm still definitely going to tune in just for the entertainment, because I like watching good basketball. So, yeah, let me get my predictions in. So, the Bulls beat Atlanta, Kings beat Warriors. So, they're eliminated. 76ers beat Miami, and then Lakers beat Pelicans. So the Kings and the Pelicans gotta play. I'm gonna start with the West first. I got the Kings beating the Pelicans. I don't think Zion is playing that game. He was injured. He got injured during the playing game against the Lakers, which sucks because he might not even have a chance to really make the playoffs. So then that'll have the Kings versus OKC first. Then we'll have Clippers and Mavs. We have Minnesota and Suns, and then we have already the Lakers and Nuggets, which is crazy because it's like a repeat of last year. So I'm gonna start with the Lakers and Nuggets first round matchup. I got the Nuggets winning. I got them winning in 6 or 7, probably 6 though. The reason why I got them winning, to me, they're the best team. They're the better team. Not the best team, the better team in between both teams. I feel like they in a clutch. They really don't miss. Arguably, you could say they have the best player right now. I mean, not Luka. Jokic, he's debatably MVP. Was MVP last season, if I'm not mistaken. I think they gave it to Joel Embiid, but they have Jokic. They have Murray. I mean, the numbers Murray was putting up against the Lakers last year were phenomenal. They were good numbers. If he finds a way to do that again, it's going to be tough for the Lakers. But sometimes AD tends to shy away, especially against bigs. Um, for sure, Jokic is gonna come in every night and do what he has to do. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if I could say about the same thing about AD. There's games where he probably has a lot of rebounds, but not as much points. And then there's games where he has points, but then he's not really rebounding for the Lakers, and then it makes it hard for them because then the other team gets. So it's like he has to come in and be good on every single type of way, offensively, defensively. I think that's the only way the Lakers have a chance to beat the Nuggets. But in my eyes, I don't think they'll beat the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets will beat them. They're definitely not gonna sweep the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers will go out like that. But I got the Nuggets in 6 or 7. Why? Because I feel like AD might have a game or two where he's like a bit questionable, and then that's just gonna be the game where they lose to the Nuggets. And yeah, then we got the Suns. So basically, the X factor for the Lakers is AD in my eyes. I mean, he has to perform, especially against the Nuggets. The Nuggets is a big team. He has to perform for them to even advance. So then we got the Suns and Minnesota Timberwolves. That's gonna be a good series. I know Anthony Edwards gonna show out. I just don't know if they're gonna beat the Suns, even though the Suns aren't like a clear-cut finals team. They have some holes in them, but Cat, he tends to shy away at times too. He's really good, but it's like when you most need him, he's a bit questionable. So you got KD, D Book, BU. First round, I don't see them getting bounced out in the first round. I got the Suns advancing in 6 games. Anthony Edwards cannot have a bad game. If he has a 15, 16 point game, it's over. I mean, he has to go in there and drop 23, 24 plus, and then have Cat drop probably 20, 21, 22, and then have other guys contribute as well. But I got Suns in 6. I'm gonna leave the Mavs and Clippers series after I predict the OKC and Kings. So I would have the Thunder coming out the first round if they face the Pelicans, but I have the Kings beating the Pelicans in the playing game, meaning that in my eyes they'll face the Kings. So I don't have OKC coming out the first round. Why is that? They're facing the Kings. Kings have more experience, even though Kings is a young team, but Kings just coming back this last playoffs, they won 7 games with the Warriors. D Fox is phenomenal. Sabonis is super, super tough. I feel like Sabonis is going to make a tough one. Chet. I know that Shy is going to... I expect Shy to go back and forth with D Fox. So I know they're going to basically cancel out each other. But I think Sabonis is going to be a key player. If I'm not mistaken, Keegan Murray. Yeah, Keegan Murray. He's going to be... if he's on his A game, it's going to be tough for them. But OKC has young guys too that make it difficult. But I just feel like the Kings, especially how they just beat us, even though we're not the Thunder, I feel like they're ready for the playoffs. This is, OKC's first playoffs. The experience that the Kings have over OKC isn't much, but it's some experience. And yeah, I mean, I feel like multiple guys gotta show up for both teams, but definitely Shy gotta show up. I don't think he's gonna shy away, no pun intended, but this is his first playoff as the number 1 guy. So, I think he went to the playoffs when he was with the Clippers. But I just got D Fox and the Kings over the Thunder because of Sabonis. Chat's first playoff is going to be interesting. But I just got the Kings over. I feel like they're more hungry. They're a fast-paced team. So was Thunder. But I just got the Kings. I feel like the Kings will definitely beat them in 6 or 7. It's definitely not going to be easy for the Kings to win. I mean, I could be wrong. It might be. But realistically speaking, I got the Kings beating them in 6 or 7 games. So basically, if AD make it tough on the Nuggets, the Lakers will have a, hard time. If Cat makes it tough on the Suns, Suns gonna have a hard time. If Chat holds his own against Sabonis, and we know Sabonis is gonna get his rebounds. We know he's gonna get his 15 a night. We know he's gonna get his assists. He's gonna be doing everything. And then OKC and Kings have, role player guys who have to show up for them to go out the first round. Like I said, I feel like SGA and D Fox gonna go back at it. Those guys are, Kentucky guards. But yeah, I got the Kings though, 6 or 7. Now the Mavs or the Clippers. This is crazy because this is the third time that they face each other. Of course, each and every time has been a different team, if I'm not mistaken. Especially this time around, now that the Mavs have Kyrie Irving. It's gonna be tough. That's definitely gonna go like 7 games for sure. 7 games. The only thing is that if you're a Clippers fan, I mean, you tired of seeing guys like Kawhi getting injured when they need him the most. But I'll be questioning how consistent Harden will be, what Russ could do, what PG could do. The Mavs, can't even lie, they've been very tough this year, as in good, very tough to beat. I felt like they're better than last year. For sure, they're better than last year. I feel like Kyrie and Luka find a way to play with each other and complement each other's game. Who's to say? I mean, they definitely could go each and every game and drop 25 plus, probably 30 plus if needed. Kyrie is a clutch player. So is Luka. I know it's sounding like I got the Mavs, but if Kawhi stays healthy, if Harden is consistent, I mean he drops 18 to 19 points, gets his assist. If PG drops 20, but I don't want to really go into too much individual stats because you just can't really predict that from some guys. But Clippers definitely could beat the Mavs. Mavs could beat the Clippers. I got that going 7 games. I want to say I got somebody, but I'm like 50-50 about it. I'm not even going to lie. Because the Mavs been on the road this year. Clippers got Kawhi. They got more experience. But it's like, is Kawhi going to be there? Hopefully he's healthy. I hope everybody's healthy. Kawhi was holding his own against the Suns last season. Like, for real. I think he went up 2-0. I had them winning, if I'm not mistaken. I had the Clippers beating the Suns. But then everything went left. Some people got injured. But I'm 50-50 with it. I know it's going 7 games. It might be one of those where if a team wins like game 3 or 4, that's who's going to take it all, in my eyes. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say, but some people say, oh, if the Mavs win game 3 or game 4, they're taking a series, or Clippers, vice versa. But I know it's going 7 games. It's not ending in 0-5. I feel like most of these series is going a distance. I feel like teams are ready to compete. A lot of young teams with a lot of good players. I got that going 7. I might have a pick after the first game or the first 2 games. I know that's kind of whack, but that's probably the only series I might do that for. So I might come back up here and give my pick after the first game, or after I see some, basketball played between both teams. And yeah, we're going to see. Now let's move on to the East. So, we have, let's see. So 76ers play the Knicks. Then Bulls and Miami will have to play. And then, let me see. Yeah, Bulls and Miami will have to play. So, Cavs, Orlando. Do it quick. Damn, that's tough. I'm going to go with the Cavs because of Donovan Mitchell. Even though I think Donovan Mitchell probably have one of the most inconsistent seasons, probably, because of his injuries and stuff like that. But I want to say Orlando could get out the first round. It's just more so Paolo, however you say his name. People say it differently. I feel like he's inconsistent as well. I think this is his first playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just his production. I feel like, I don't know if he would do what he has to do, which is basically 24 points at least a night. shout out to one of my friends, Xavier. He was saying that what him and Franz Wagner do might not even be enough to get out the first round, which is probably 15 points a game. And I agree with that. I mean, especially Cavs, they got they're a big team, but then at the same time, they a fast-paced team. They have a lot of guards. If Donovan Mitchell comes and she shows up, I think he'll beat Magic. I feel like that'll be a sneaky good matchup, just because it would probably be one of those sleeper sleeper matchups, and then you kind of find yourself enjoying it more than you expected to. But I got the Cavs. I got the Cavs in. Damn. Probably got the Cavs in like 6. If that goes 7, I'll be surprised. But I don't have nothing against Orlando. Like, I would like to say Orlando will win. And if Orlando does win, that'll be good. I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll make things interesting. But I got the Cavs beating the Magic in my eyes. But then again, I'm shaky with it. But I got the Cavs. Nah, I'm going with the Cavs. I got the Cavs. Bucks Pacers, that's interesting. They got a little, I wouldn't even say rivalry, but they got some tension going on. That whole game ball stuff that happened a couple months ago with Giannis and was it Halliburton or one of the players, or vice versa. But Giannis is looking like he might be out for the first round, which kind of sucks. I'm in a group chat with some of my friends, and everybody was basically saying if Dame is who we think he is, then he'll get them out the first round. It'll suck if the Bucks get out the first round, because I think they got out the first round, I think last playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So, but it's gonna be interesting though. Now, even though it'll be interesting, that doesn't mean I can't. I mean, I didn't really have a pick for the Mavs and Clippers game, but that might be the only series that I do that for. But I'm gonna have to pick somebody for the Bucks and Pacers game. Series. I'll pick. I think the Pacers are upset. I'm gonna go with the Pacers. I want to see an upset. I want to see Halliburton, how he'll perform as he gets deeper into the playoffs. He started off the season pretty good. I had people telling me he was a top 3 guard, kind of towards the beginning of the season. But I want to actually see him show up. I feel like he ended the season a bit, when it came to scoring and stuff. I feel like he was a bit shaky. He did have an injury. That's what could have affected him. But I want to see an upset. Nonetheless, I want to see a great series. If that series could go to 7, make it go to 7. Dame and Halliburton. If they beat the Bucks, that Siakam move to the Pacers will definitely look better now. Because Siakam is definitely going to contribute into that series to beat the Bucks. Had Giannis been healthy from game 1, I would have had the Bucks, no doubt about that. But I don't think he's gonna be there for that series. And if he does come, it might be a bit too late. It might be game 3, game 4, probably. So by then it's like they could be down 2-0 or whatever the case may be. Then they'll have to win 3 straight just to feel a bit comfortable, take the lead in the series, and then win. So 3-4 straight, because I don't know if you want to go game 7 with the Pacers. They're like the fastest paced team in the league. They could definitely run, shoot, all of that. So I got the Pacers. I got the Pacers in 6 or 7. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm probably the only person, at least, that has said that they have the Pacers. Because no Giannis though. Unless Dame goes crazy and then shuts all of that down. But I want to see that happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. They might do good, but it might not be enough. Yeah. So I got Pacers 6 or 7. Now Knicks and 76ers, that's going to be super, super, super duper tough. Like, good series to watch. It might be one of my favorites. Brunson's been cooking. I think that the Knicks still don't have Randall. No, they don't. But they've been doing great without him. Doesn't mean that they okay without him. Of course, with him, it'll be better. But they've adjusted and they've been doing good. And then the 76ers, they just recently got Embiid off the comeback. He's doing his thing. But I gotta get to picking somebody. This is another hard series where I'm like kind of like, and not because I don't want to be wrong, but because I know that it's gonna be a great matchup. I'm gonna have to go for I'm gonna have to go for the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie. Now you see, I don't know, cause then they got Embiid. Damn, let me think. Nah, I got the 76ers. I got the 76ers in 6-7. A lot of these series I got 6 or 7. I got 76ers in 6 or 7. Yeah, that's funny. 76ers 7, 6, 6, 7. Brunson's gonna bug out. But I mean, I don't see nobody in the Knicks that's stopping Embiid. And then Maxey is alongside Embiid. You got Batum, who just went for 20. Then you got Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre, who's been doing really good. I got the 76ers. Brunson, you got Brunson. Then you got DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo gotta show up. He's the X factor for the Knicks. I think that's clear. I don't know if OG Anunoby will be a type of X factor, but he definitely gotta play good defense. Make sure he rebounds the ball. But I think that 76ers will come out in that series. And then I think I left the easiest for last. No matter who comes out of the Bulls and Miami, Boston is beating them in the first round. I can say that with my eyes closed, confident up, all of that. Boston got arguably the best team. On paper, on the floor, record-wise, whatever you want to say, got Boston. It's funny how they got the best team, but their best player is not even like top 3 MVP-wise. But yeah, I got Boston beating. Let me see, because I didn't predict the playing game. Bulls, Miami. Miami may have no Jimmy. Think that's clear by now. So I got the Bulls beating Miami. Then that means that the Bulls will face Boston, Chicago versus Boston first round. I got Boston probably in 5-4. Who's to say 4 or 5? I think that's one of the quicker series that's gonna end quick. And yeah, I mean, I gave my predictions for each and every single first round. Let's see how right and how wrong I am. So let me kind of like give a quick recap. So I got Kings, OKC first round. I got Kings beating them 6 or 7. I'm 50-50. I gotta see the series for at least the first game for me to make a prediction for the Clippers and Mavs. Literally like 50-50 for me. Like I don't really want to go against Luka because I know how tough Luka is. But then it's like Kawhi when it comes to playoff time, if he stays healthy, if Harden does his part. So it's like I'm kind of sure what Mavs could do, but then it's like I know what Clippers could do. Is are they gonna do it? So it's like I'm 50-50. I gotta see like a game or two. Then I got the Suns beating the Timberwolves. I said like 6 or 7. I got the Nuggets beating the Lakers 6 or 7. I got the Celtics beating the Bulls. I said I got the Cavaliers over Orlando. I got the Pacers upsetting the Bucks. And then I got the 76ers over the Knicks. I'm from New York. I should be picking the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan though. But that's my predictions. I mean, let me know what you think. Let me know your predictions. Who you think is going to get bounced out. Who you think is going to advance. I'm excited for these playoffs. I would have been even more excited if my team was in. But it's alright. Hopefully the Warriors come back next year. Change the team up a bit. And get ready to compete. I know some people may be mad at my picks. But it is what it is. Everybody got their own opinion. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share. Check the description down below. I have my link for my Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be back next week. Probably talking about the playoffs. Depends. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Your boy Ssalcita is out.